Hey everyone, this is GXVL bringing you back into the Dragon Ball Zoneverse with today's topic and review / remake known as the Dragon Ball Super Anime Review. Yep, and just to let you know, I'm going to let me see, I'm about to talk about each saga of how I feel about them with some honest thoughts and things that actually happen in the show, of what I think about it. And just let you know, like, all of this is mostly opinion based, but it will also have some things that did happen and what I personally think from, like, well, when it comes to Dragon Ball experience, just by watching, you know, the original Dragon Ball series, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Kai. I'm pretty sure my Dragon Ball knowledge will help me with this. So let's get started, shall we, with the rewrite sagas of Battle of Gods and Resurrection F. They sucked! The rewrite sagas suck! They majorly suck. They're pointless, unnecessary. It's already a one Dragon Ball out of 7 Dragon Balls. Sorry people, I don't care what you guys think of it. I really don't care what you guys think of it, because to me, they ultimately suck. And to me, I find them objectively bad. I mean, like, sure you could say it from a subjective point though, but to me, it's objectively bad because it doesn't matter where you sit, it doesn't matter where you, like, place the setting, like when it comes to Battle of Gods. Like, oh, instead of like having it instead of having Bulma's party at Capsule Corp, we put it on a cruise ship. It did not provide anything else. It really didn't. It really didn't. And as far as I know, like, they just extended some fight scenes, and then we just see some very bad animation. And sure, people will give some excuses of saying, like, oh, it's because they got, like, new writers, man. I mean, new animators, man. I think I screwed up when I said that, huh? But yeah, they got new animators for this stuff. And besides, it's in, like, and digitally drawn, you know. And I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. I mean, like, sure, like, in the original Dragon Ball series and Dragon Ball Z, like, there have been some bad animations there, but once it's digitally hand-drawn, think about this, we're talking about digitally hand-drawn stuff, which makes it much more noticeable if you think about it, which means it'll be all over the place. Like, hear me out on that. I mean, like, in Dragon Ball Z and the original Dragon Ball series, it's kind of hard to tell for me of if it looks bad or not, considering, like, it's classic hand-drawn and with a lot of animations thrown in there. But in this, it's really well recognized to see how bad it looks. Not gonna lie, it really does, since it's now in digital animation format, you know? And especially that, like, when you throw in some other aspects that we haven't seen from the 2 Dragon Ball Z movies, known as Battle of Gods and Resurrection F, like, sure, you could throw in, like Ginyu coming back, and Gotenks / Goten and Trunks to appear in Resurrection F. And did it and seeing, like, Piccolo's death, and to me, seeing Piccolo's death was completely unnecessary in my eyes, because I'm like, I think that was just supposed to be like some type of throwback from Dragon Ball Z. So I'm like, yeah, no, I don't think Piccolo's death should have, like, happened in Resurrection F. I mean, like, as far as I know, like, I seen Piccolo's death in Dragon Ball GT, because, like, you know, like, he died because, like, because since the Black Star Dragon Balls exist, he killed himself on the dying planet to, like, not make them exist anymore. So seeing in this, I don't see the point of it. It was just meant to be a throwback for, like, Gohan to be angry again. I'm sorry, that's just how I see it. And that's just how I really see it. So yeah, like, both Battle of the Gods, Resurrection F as the rewrite sagas. It was a very, very bad start to start Dragon Ball Super. Now moving on with the Universe 6 Tournament Saga. Okay, honestly, now this should have been a very good start for Dragon Ball Super, but it's okay. In all honesty, of the way how the writing goes, to me it looks kind of decent, but I just think the way it started to have the tournament was pretty stupid. Not gonna lie, it was pretty stupid because Champa wants to have all that good fruit from Universe 7's Earth, since his Earth is you know, like kind of extinct. So like they use the Super Dragon Balls, which I gotta say, like, I wouldn't call them Super Dragon Balls, I would call them planet-sized Dragon Balls. Are you kidding me? But if we're gonna go for those type of names, I'm like, might as well then, right? I mean, like, we went from this Dragon Ball to this, then making a Dragon Ball, but then we went to gargantuan size of the planet Earth. And it was actually really cool seeing a brand new dragon, but I just wish he wasn't called Super Shenron though. I mean, like, I'm like, okay, I get it. Super Dragon Balls, Dragon Ball Super, I get it. How much super do we need to get? You know? Like, what is wrong with you people? Huh? Okay. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. And I get to see like some new characters, but one of these new characters just falls flat to me. Just seeing Kaba, I'm like, yeah, you're just a terrible double ganger in Universe 6, man. So, oh, and that's for Frost. You're just a repainted Frieza with having like black and blue, with a little bit white or gray area. So, And then we get to see like the other new characters, like a Winnie the Pooh anime character. What? Oh bother. Okay. As far as I know it, I mean, like, I would say that Akira Toriyama does take some inspiration from like Western culture. I mean, like, it makes sense that we saw Major Metallotron in the original Dragon Ball series, that he's kind of inspired like Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator Man. But I think that goes a little bit too far with the Winnie the Pooh anime one. But I know his real name is Motamo, but do I really care? Not really. And then I get to see a new robot, and I'm like, awesome, cool! I can't wait to see how he does in action. Because you're finished, you pathetic pile of junk! And he's what a letdown. I mean, come on! I wanted to see like a really cool, awesome new robot that could kick ass, but nope, I did not see that. I mean, like, the whole smoking and the magma lava thing, like, I think that's pretty cool coming from a robot, but just Vegeta insulting him just makes me now think like, oh man, he's just weak and a wimp. Oh well. And then we get hit, and I'm not gonna lie, people, I just don't find him that too much interesting. Okay, but that doesn't mean I don't like the guy. Okay, that doesn't mean I don't like him. I just don't find him that interesting. But I would say it's pretty awesome of seeing Hit being a like god class assassin and using the time skips. Like, that is pretty cool stuff. I'm not gonna lie. But like as far as I know, like every time he hits someone like to kill them, he gets stronger, right? So that's why I say god class assassin. So I'm not really saying that he's on par with Beerus, but I mean, like, every time he kills someone, he gets stronger. So I'm no expert with power scaling or power levels, since I find it a load of bull crap nowadays. So I'm just saying that he might reach to that level someday, you know? Okay. And then we get to see some pretty decent. So yeah, we see some pretty decent fights, and also I forget to mention that like I said with with Resurrection F, with the rewrite sagas, that you know, that we're seeing some throwbacks. I'm like, oh, okay, so we see like Piccolo getting killed and Gohan getting mad, throwback. Then we get to see a Captain Gun throwback, and then we get to see a Kaioken throwback being layered on top of Super Saiyan Blue. I'm like, okay, so that means like Kaioken being over top on Super Saiyan is possible then after all. So which means like, hey, all that filler stuff on Dragon Ball Z is now becoming a little bit more relevant as I see it. But who knows? But as far as I know, with Universe 6 Tournament Saga, I got to say I had a good time with it. I just wish like I would actually see some. I just think it would have been much more exciting to see some much more refreshing characters that just don't fall flat to me, you know. So I'm gonna give it at least like I'm gonna give it like a 3-star Dragon Ball out of 7 Dragon Balls, okay? Now, moving forward to the... Okay, I'm gonna add this in here since it's basically a filler arc, okay? And it's known as the Putafu, Planet Putafu arc or Copy Vegeta arc. So, let's review it. Man, it's such a small filler arc, and that it was kind of underwhelming, not gonna lie, and I just think that it didn't add that much to the series. I mean, as far as I know it gets like a nostalgia point for like when it comes to the English dub of seeing Brian Drew voicing as Copy Vegeta. I thought that was pretty neat. Not gonna lie, I thought that was pretty neat, but everything else is just the reason why I'm mentioning it is because there's now Copy Vegeta little figures that I'm seeing around my malls and kiosks, so that's why I'm bringing it up. And I don't know, I think it was supposed to do something to do with Vegeta, but yeah, I should be ashamed of myself for bringing this up, but as far as I know it deserves two Dragon Balls, it deserves a 2-star Dragon Ball out of 7 Dragon Balls. So yeah, it's not much from there, huh? Now, moving on to the Goku Black Saga, or Future Trunks Saga, whichever you want to call it, people, okay? So, let's get to it! Okay, so we start off pretty well into the Goku Black Saga, and the way it was writing out, I'm like, okay, this is actually kind of interesting that we're getting into. Even though that when it was first announced that we're gonna be seeing an evil Goku, but it didn't entirely go but that route, because this Goku Black, he was basically, just trying to annihilate humanity to save us from our ignorance and such, because he's doing it in the name of justice, so he's that type of antagonist that we're seeing. But it turns out that it's actually a Supreme Kai from Universe 9, am I not mistaken? I could be mistaken, but just help me out here, people, okay? Known as Zamasu, or Zamasu, whatever you guys want to call him again. And then we get to see we get to see an immortal Zamasu and a Zamasu possessed Goku known as Goku Black, who has Super Saiyan Pink. I mean, sure, it's called Super Saiyan Rose, but it's straight up pink.
What do you think of this color? Is it not beautiful?
I mean, hey, there's Majin Buu and he's pink, and that means he's evil, so with this, it just kind of raises some questions with these type of ideas and recolored hair. and recolored Super Saiyan hair, and I'm like, I just hope this was the last a Super Saiyan recolored transformation. I just hope that it is, okay? Because we already got Super Saiyan Red, Super Saiyan Blue, and now there's Super Saiyan Rose. How many are we gonna go for? The colors of the rainbow, people? Like, come on! But as far as I know it, like, just seeing Trunks in here, like, and yeah, he has the blue hair. Like, this Dragon Ball Super is all about the recoloring, huh? Like, hey! I'm like, hey, Goku gets red hair and blue hair. Hey, Vegeta gets blue hair. Hey, for Trunks, for future Trunks to be exact, he gets blue hair instead of his lavender grayish hair, whatever you want to call it. So, as far as I know, like, it's just a big inconsistency or whatever you want to call it. But like, I can look over through it. I still dig Future Trunks' design, and then seeing Future Mai, I'm like, awesome! Finally, a useful human being that we haven't seen in a while. You know, like, hey, I mean, in the original Dragon Ball series, like, everyone was useful until Dragon Ball Z came along, but we still have Bulma to, like, get some help from her knowledge and her expertise with the Dragon Radar, you know, and all that stuff. But then, like, again, Dragon Ball Z, like, not much people are trying to help when it came to the Majin Buu saga, huh? And then like here, I get to see Future Mai being useful to trying to like stop Goku Black as much as she can. Like, I mean, like, hey, she doesn't have any like energy blasts or anything, but she has guts, so that's a big plus from me, okay, for that. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie. But then, when we get to the middle ending scenario, and then at the ending, things don't look good anymore. Like, for Pete's sake, I'm like, you guys almost had it! Akira Toriyama and Tora, you guys almost had it until at this ending scenario. I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie, it was actually pretty cool seeing Trunks trying to get his own win, but he didn't, though. I mean, like, sure, I won't kid myself, like, yes, the whole Super Saiyan Rage and the Spirit Sword is an ass pull, but, like, they're kind of, but it was, like, kind of interesting and cool to look at. But as far as I know, with Super Saiyan Rage, like, really, just really, I wish I would call it Super Saiyan Angel or something like that, but suddenly I just now figured out that when it comes to angels like God of Destructions, the angels are much more stronger than God of Destruction. So I'm like, okay, so we're going with that type of logic. So not really Super Saiyan Angel, it's like just Super Saiyan Rage. He has blue aura. Like, seriously, I just wish there was some explanation behind it, and yet we have to go through, yet we had to listen to like either Geekdom or Masako X to explain what Super Saiyan Rage is, and yet that is just not enough. It's just fan service and an ass pulls, you know? But again, they look cool. I just wish they weren't that much needed. I think at least with the Spirit Sword would have been just better without any Super Saiyan Rage stuff, okay? And also with the stupid ending, like, seriously, like, now there's double gangers of them. For Pete's sake! There's now double gangers in Future Trunks' timeline. There's a doppelganger of himself, and now a doppelganger of Future Mai. They should have just stayed in the main timeline, as far as I know it. And yes, I forgot to mention about the whole Xeno stuff, but I really don't care about Xeno. I really, really don't. I mean, sure, he may be the Omni King, and sure, there's the Grand Priest, but I'm gonna be real here. I don't like him. I'm just gonna straight up say it. I don't like him. I find him like so kind of bland and kind of annoying to me. That's just how I feel about them. So yeah, as far as I know it, I'm gonna have to give at least like four Dragon Balls out of 7 Dragon Balls. Okay. That's how I feel about that saga. So, now on to the Tournament of Power saga. Oh boy. The Tournament of Power was one heck of a ride. I gotta say, one heck of a ride. Like, oh, like to me, like this is how I see it with each episode. Like, oh, one episode was good, one episode was bad, one episode was okay, and one was like so pretty bad, okay, good, pretty bad, okay. That's how I see it with Tournament of Power. It, like, I was getting so enjoyed by it and very entertaining, and of course there's those stupid stuff with such as the tingly back feeling of how they presented the female Super Saiyans, which I wanted in the first place with GT of seeing Pan and Bola, but we're now getting them here and just didn't expect how I wanted to see it.
You had one job. One job.
You know, like, I just wish they were presented better. And I really don't hate these female Saiyans, to be honest. I really don't. I think I have a little soft spot for Caulifla at least. But as far as I know, she's basically like a female Goku with the biker attitude. That's the way I see it in my head. You know, like the way she acts. And as with Kale, and she's basically a female Broly as far as we know it, but in her base form though, she's basically just shy and timid like Hinata. So I'm like, okay, so with this female Saiyan that is Kale, she is basically Hinata who transforms into a female Broly. Got it! Like, print that crap, you know? Like, yeah, that's brilliant ideas, character elements, right? What's wrong with you people? Yep. But then I get to see them like I'm up do some Patara fusion, and then I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool. But I also think that's a pretty cheap shot. I'm like, I really thought they were not gonna allow any items and stuff, you know. But I'm like, oh well, let's just go with it. And then like I see some pretty awesome fights, and then I see some pretty underwhelming fights, I'm not gonna lie. Luckily for me, I get to see like Master Roshi, Android 18, Krillin, kicking some ass, you know? And I'm like, wow, that's pretty awesome. I really dig that. Then I see like Matians and Piccolo and Kohan, and I'm like, wow, guys, wow. So that's how you got shafted. My big bro is not gonna like this with Gohan then, and he loves Gohan. Too bad he's up in heaven now. Rest in peace, man. Rest in peace. Moving on from that, and then we get to see like okay, I'm not gonna lie, Jiren does look bland and generic. I won't kid myself for that, but I at least kind of like the guy for trying to be kind of mysterious at first, and and that like the way he fights his opponents just being rushed out, and I'm like, damn. Like, okay, so he's OP, and I'm like, got to think of it, maybe in his universe, they're basically the DC universe, right? Because we get Jiren the Superman, we get the clown that is the Joker, God of Destruction with his Harley Quinn Angel. Like, that's the way I see it. To me, I don't know how about anyone else's. Heck, with the Pride Troopers are basically the Power Rangers. So Power Rangers a DC crossover confirmed. Wait a minute, comic book. That comic book was a thing, you know. Yeah, so I think Toriyama did something. I think he predicted that, or maybe he got it from there. I don't know. But moving on from that, and then I get to see like Ultra Instinct, and I'm like, okay, Ultra Instinct, it looks pretty cool until I see it being a recolor of Silver, and I'm like, okay, it looks neat, but why? I'm like, okay, as far as I know, it's not really a Super Saiyan transformation recolor, but it is a recolor ability form, whatever you want to call it. To me, Ultra Instinct is basically of how Kaioken is. Like, is that like, it's much more of a technique to me than a transformation. Like, look at Kaioken, you're being highlighted in, you're being all highlighted and tensed up in like violet red, and you can multiply it. But with Ultra Instinct, it's basically like what, self mastery, that you're moving so fast, and now you're being colored in with these galaxy aura streams around your body with the silver hair. I'm like, okay, maybe it's both to me it's both a technique and a transformation. I just wish they could have stick with the whole black hair with the silver eyes and the galaxy thing. That way it will be like a transformation recolor, you know. But wow, I gotta say, I actually really love the Tournament of Power. Sure, despite all its flaws, I'm not gonna deny it has flaws, but I love it as equally with with the Majin Buu saga from Dragon Ball Z. They both equally have flaws, but I have the most fun out of them. So this one, I have to say that it gets like at least like a 4, maybe like a 4 or 3 stars out of out of 7 Dragon Balls. Okay. So, as far as I know it, Dragon Ball Super anime is actually pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it's actually pretty bad, honestly. I may enjoyed myself watching it and had some fun with it, especially that I enjoyed some of its fillers, except for the Pataku arc, arc or saga, what do you want to call it. But I think I had much more fun with the fillers and Tournament of Power much more than the other stuff overall. And it's just that it has like a lot of bad writing, and that there's like a lot of things that doesn't add up. It's just pretty mind-boggling, you know. But I will give credit where credit is due as well for this, that I really love the soundtrack of this. Like seriously, it has Boogie back and that opening for the Tournament of Power. I'm like, oh, those are really good soundtracks, and especially I was trying to get used to the whole Chozetsu dynamic at the very first start. You know, like, so I at least also like the soundtracks as well. And also that other song that Masako X did a cover of that made it sound like it did not make it sound like it was from Dragon Ball until there was a full cover. I forgot what the song was called. Something to do with like a centimeter window. You know what I mean? So yeah, I say that, yeah, the Dragon Ball Super anime is pretty bad. Sure, again, I may got entertained out of it, but that doesn't make it good, because what I want to make it good is like at least have some decent storytelling and not have a very bad start and not any more of these recolors and returning villains. And I forgot to say this though, seeing Frieza coming back twice. I love Frieza and all, but come on, I want to see something new. But hey, I was so excited to see this upcoming Dragon Ball Super movie. Oh, but it turns out that it was not going to be Aomoshi, it was going to be Broly. Well, I wonder how that review will turn out for Dragon Ball Super Broly, huh, people? So yeah, as far as I know it, as far as I know it, like, yeah, that's how I rated Dragon Ball Super anime with the sagas. And to sum it all up, just to say that, yeah, it's pretty bad, people. It is, in my opinion. And heck, it made me appreciate GT much more. I'm not gonna lie, I really appreciate GT much more. At least there was new stuff in it, and not a lot of recolors. Like, oh. But then again, it was mostly about Goku, so oh well. Maybe I might talk about GT some other time. Hey, maybe I could rewatch it. Who knows? Who knows? So yeah, that's all I have to say, people. What are your honest thoughts about the Dragon Ball Super anime? Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Let me know in the comments below. This has been JXVL signing off right now. Instant transmission out.